Happy Friday, Facebook. It is now day 5 of the coronavirus shutdown here in Northern Virginia. My kids have been home from school all week long, and I'm pretty sure yours have as well. So what I want to talk about today is three things that you can be doing right now to help boost your child's IEP and 504 plan whenever school starts back up again, plus one way that I can help you do that. So I'm Meg Flanagan. I'm a special education teacher and parent-family advocate, helping families navigate K-12 public schools with less stress and more success by giving you insights, support, coaching, and advocacy from a place of confidence and expertise. I've been a special education teacher for over 10 years now. I have licenses in Massachusetts and Virginia. And I have taught literally around the world, from Okinawa, Japan, California, Massachusetts, Virginia, run my own tutoring business, and now I am a parent advocate, student advocate. And what that means is I sit beside of you and walk beside of you on your journey to IEP and 504 plan success. I leverage every year, every minute of my expertise as a special education teacher to help you find sanity amid the chaos. And right now, let's be honest, it's a lot of chaos and not a whole lot of sanity, especially if you have a child or children who needs additional services at school and they're not getting them. So the very first thing that I am recommending that you do is you do a complete audit of your child's IEP, going back at least 3 years if you have that kind of documentation. What you're going to be looking for is you're going to be comparing the goals, the data, and what kind of growth your student has been making over those years. So for example, I get a lot of clients who come to me and say, well, the goals are literally the same exact thing year after year after year, meeting after meeting after meeting, and that's not acceptable. That's not how IEPs are supposed to work. Yes, goals should grow with the child. They should be somewhat aligned to the state curriculum standards, but they shouldn't literally be the same exact goal year after year after year. You're going to be looking for some change. You're going to be looking for some progress. You're going to be looking for whether or not your kid has achieved that goal. Basically, you're just doing a top to bottom audit of your child's IEP to kind of see where the cracks lie. I'm recommending that we use this time during the shutdown to do that, because right now the majority of us are teleworking. We're working from home. Schools are shut. There's not a lot else going on our plates. We can't really leave our houses except for, energy burning outside activities at a safe social distance from others, grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, those type of things. So right now is kind of the ideal time to really dig into and get gritty with what is in your child's IEP. And that starts by reading it and comparing it to previous IEPs, assessment scores, etc. The second thing I'm going to encourage you to do is to assess what your district is offering to children who do not have IEPs and 504 plans. What I mean by that is, what is the average student doing? Are they required to get online and do schoolwork every day? Is it just an option? Is there nothing at all? And compare that to your child's IEP. So one of the tricky loopholes of IEP land is that services must always be comparable. So for example, on a snow day, when no children are in school and no learning is happening, there's nothing required of of any child in the school. Your child's services are also paused. That means that you can't go back later and ask for compensatory or makeup services, right? You're not going to be getting your speech language therapy session back from a snow day. And so a lot of schools are treating the coronavirus shutdown similar to a snow day. Nothing is being offered to anyone, which means that compensatory or makeup services for special ed students are also likely not going to be an option. However, if your child's school is offering learning opportunities, like my daughter's school is, that means that something is being offered to general education students. And therefore, that something needs to be A, modified to meet your child's IEP, and B, additional services, like any regular school day, need to be offered to your child either right now through alternate methods like virtual consults, or daily work updates, or over the summer whenever we start school again, if that ever happens, in a makeup fashion. So for example, if your child missed 5 hours of speech and language sometime over the summer, your child should be getting 5 hours of speech and language. That's comparable, that's make up, compensatory. So you're going to want to be tracking what the district is offering to other kids and what your child would be getting on a normal school day, if other things are offered to other children, right? So I just want to be very clear about that. Just because school's not in session does not mean that your child does not have a right to a fair, free, public appropriation, public education, FAPE, free, appropriate public education, in the least restrictive setting. So the third thing that I'm going to ask you to do during the shutdown is to reach out to your child's teachers and therapists. You're going to be sending an email that simply says, hey, I know we're all in a shutdown. I know that XYZ is being offered to other students. What can we offer my child to help support ongoing learning at home? And then list what you're available for. Emails, video conference, teleconference, whether maybe you could swing by the school and pick up a box of goodies to help your child learn during the shutdown. Those are all ways that special education teachers and therapists can help support our kiddos with IEPs and 504 plans, even when school is not in session, but other students are getting education stuff to do. This is one way of providing comparable services so that they don't have to go into the red and do makeup services over the summer in as great a detail. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to ask you to do. Top to bottom review of your child's IEP. Compare what they should be getting on a regular school day to what is actually happening if other students are also getting general education work. That has to be happening in order for your child to be getting compensatory services. And 3, reach out to that teaching team, the IEP team, special education teachers, therapists, general education teacher, to see what can be done to support your child's learning. So now you might be saying, gee, that seems like an awful lot of work to be doing. And you're right, it kind of is, which is why I would love to offer a Pick My Brain service designed just for this coronavirus shutdown. I know that it is a lot of work to review multiple years of IEPs. I know that it is a lot of work to tally up those things. So if you're willing to work with me to purchase a Pick My Brain session, which is 90 minutes of you-focused, you-designed time to help support your child's IEP or 504 plan, I would love to support you. In this 90 minutes, we'll work on one of those 3 areas, either coordinating services with your child's learning team, helping you review a year or 2 of IEPs, or helping you set up a tracking method that makes sense for your family. I would love to help your family during this difficult and challenging time. So if you are interested in a Pick My Brain session to help you get ahead of your child's IEPs, I would love to be your support person, your point person on that. You can book a Pick My Brain session at megflanagan.com/education-advocacy, or by going to megflanagan.com/shop. It's called Pick My Brain. It's 90 minutes of dedicated time with me that you design. You tell me what you need, one of those 3 areas, either an IEP analysis, help getting started with tracking your child's services that might be being missed and assessing whether or not compensatory services might be warranted, or coordinating alternate virtual services with your child's learning team. Those 3 options are available right now for Pick My Brain, and I would love to help support you. If you need additional learning support, ideas of what to do, I would very much encourage you to join my free parent support group. It's called School Support for Parents. It's free to join, and I will be hopping on there in just a few minutes to talk about easy ways to help your child learn during the shutdown. So please join that group, and I will be over there. If you have questions about your child's IEP or 504 plan during the coronavirus shutdown, please email me at millkidsed@gmail.com. Thank you, and have a fabulous day.